Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Angel Whispers with Nicole. Let's go ahead and start another angel reading today, see what the angels have to say. First, let's go ahead and cleanse our area of any negative energy, only positive, please, and do some angel protection so we get angel protection and guidance and the message that we need. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull a card today and see what angels have in store for us today, okay? Hope everybody's doing good today. Okay, angels, what do we need to say today? Okay. Leadership, Archangel Gabriel. It is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. Okay. Well, okay. So somebody's being called to leadership. Okay. Leadership power and position to lovingly guide others. Okay. Well, okay. Let's see what the angels say about this today. Okay. Stepping into your power. Okay. Assume your leadership role because you've been called to guide others. Okay. What is this about? It's a light worker. What is this? Okay. You've got angelic protection. Okay. So as you're stepping into this leadership role to help guide others, you're being protected by your angels. It's transformation. It's time to shine. Okay. Time to shine. Transform this. Okay. This is intuition in your downloads. Okay. So this is what you're being definitely called to. Okay. Stepping into your leadership roles. Got your warrior shield on. You are protected. This is a transformation time for you. Time to shine. Okay. God has given you the intuition and downloads, the information to say, to build, and to help guide others. And you've got romance and connection. Okay. So this leadership role that you're taking, maybe you're going to find a connection to do this with. Okay. Okay, let's get some clarifying cards for this situation. So your angels are letting you know to step up. You are a leader. Okay. Step up to your leadership role. You're divinely protected. This is your transformation. You're getting these intuition and downloads. Okay. And this is the connection that you've been waiting for. Okay. Let's get some clarifying for this. Okay. Need some clarifying for these angels cards. Okay. Protection, transformation, intuition, downloads. Wow. Okay. It says take precautions, remain vigilant and receptive, learning from each revelation as you navigate life's journey. Okay. So take precautions, make sure this is the right people you're connecting with, the right people that you want to step into a leadership role with. Okay. Listen to your intuition and your downloads. Okay. Make sure these people are, on your same page that you want to be on. Okay. On the flip side, it says rough road, prepare carefully before you continue, for it's a long journey ahead. Okay. Just a little preparation to letting you know before you step into this leadership role, get all of your, all this information, everything you want, all in your mind of what you want and how it to go, okay? And you're being protected, okay? This came with the angel protection card. So be cautious because you are protected, okay? Just letting you know to just, keep an eye out on the rough roads that might come ahead. But you're on this path and this journey, and this is where they want you to go, okay? Listen to your intuition. It's for the highest good. Embrace the journey with openness, trusting in the universe to lead you towards your greatest fulfillment. Wishes are granted. The outcome may not be exactly what you want, but it's what you need. I think that's why they came up with this precaution. It's going to be a bumpy road. Like I said, it might not be what you're planning or what you're foreseeing, okay? But it's going to be what you're needing, okay? And it's going to be for the highest good. And you are protected. Okay. Let's get you for transformation. It says, enjoy the journey, embrace each moment fully, staying open to new experiences and lessons along the way. Enjoy the journey. This is for the highest good and yours. Emerging dawn, trust that every ending is another beginning coming in disguise. Okay. So you might be leaving one and stepping into this leadership role, okay? They want you to be cautious, It might be a little bit rough road, but it's going to be for your highest good, okay? And you are protected. Okay. Transformation. Enjoy the journey, okay? Embrace each moment, staying fully open to the new experiences and the lessons along the way. Because this is transformation for you. This is going to be a new start, new beginning for you, okay? Emerging dawn, okay? Just starting out. Important parts. Embrace each element, weaving them into the story with openness and understanding. Hidden keys. Put together these pieces, piece by piece, to reveal the bigger picture. Okay? And that's what you're doing right now. As you're transforming, okay, into this emerging new dawn, okay, that you're building here. New transformation, new dawn. Okay? You're finding all the hidden pieces, all the pieces of the puzzle that are coming together, because this is what you've been learning. This is what you've been building, okay? And you've got the pieces together. So this is maybe somebody in your leadership, guiding others and helping others. If you've been working up to this is maybe a promotion for you. This is something that you've, been working hard for. You've put all the pieces together. You know all the ins and outs. Okay, you have all the important pieces and all the important parts. And you're trusting that all this was going to come together for a new beginning for you. Okay? Let's do tuition and downloads. Okay. It says, flames of passion. Let the flames of your passion light your way, but be mindful of the fires that may ignite in your journey. Okay. On the flip side, ignite ambition. Pursue desires with drive and face consequences bravely. Keep an open mind, and as answers reveal your journey. Okay. This is coming with your intuition and your downloads. Okay. So you're getting these flames of passion. There's what you're going to do with in your new position. You're going to ignite new ideas. You're going to ignite new flames of passion in your journey and in your career. Okay. The next one, you got meadow in the moments. Bask in the meadow of the moments where expression blossoms in simplicity of the now. And happiness is simple. Find the joy in the small wonders, for they hold the key to fulfilling your contented heart. Okay. So in the midst of this passion and flame and getting all these created ideas and intuition and downloads, okay, make sure that you're taking care of yourself and resting. Okay. Because you don't want to get burnt out. Okay. Inner vision. Cut through the fog of confusion with your power of discernment. See what's real. Observe with clarity. True insights lie beyond the surface. Okay, that's with your intuition card. Okay. So pay attention to your intuition. Okay. Look at the visions and downloads that you're receiving. See with your real eyes and clarity. Okay. Inner vision is important right now. Cut through the fog and confusion, because you see things differently now. Okay. Your discernment's there. Okay. You have to cut through it now. You're cutting through the fog. You're cutting through it all. You see, like I said, you see differently. Your intuition is now leading you. Okay. So trust. Trust that these, this is igniting you of all these intuition and downloads, getting creative ideas, but make sure this vision is where you want to go, and also don't get burnt out. Okay. Okay. Let's get a couple more of this romance and connection. Connection. I just got like 10. Out. Okay, create a new identity. Embrace change and rediscover yourself, crafting a narrative aligned with your true essence. And the flip is sculpture of self. Shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. This is you going into either a new relationship, okay, and it's letting you know to be who you want to be in this relationship, okay? Don't hide it for anybody. Okay, don't hide it for anybody. Be your true self, okay? Sculpture of yourself is you honoring everything about you, everything, honor everything that forms you, that builds you, that drives you, okay? And, if this is a romance and connection, it's letting you know, don't hide that. Don't hide that for anybody, okay? You have to be your authentic self, okay? In order to step into this leadership role and help others, and you're guiding others, you have to be authentic. You have to be authentic to yourself and to others, okay? Especially if you're going into this new relationship, okay? And, setting who you are right off the bat and not pretending to be something that you're not, that'll save a lot of time in a relationship before somebody realizes, and that goes for both sides, both sides. Okay, both sides. Okay, let's get one more for the romance and connection. A lot of people go into it, thinking there's somebody, and then all of a sudden there's somebody else, and they're like, I don't know. Go in with your true self. One more. Okay, let's get two more. Okay. Mountain of mastery. Ascend toward self-realization and triumph, guided by the soul presence of the mastery mountain pathway. Okay. So this is your ascension. Okay, you're moving up, you're realizing self-realization, you're stepping into this new leadership role. They want you to be your true authentic self. Okay, don't hide anything for anybody. Okay, you're transforming. You did all this work to get into this transformation. You put all the pieces together. Okay, your intuition to download is working overtime. You're getting these new passionate ideas. Okay, your inner vision is cutting through all the fog and all the confusion, and you're seeing clearly for the first time. But again, make sure time that you're taking care of yourself and not to get overburdened. Okay, this relationship that might be coming in, or this connection, don't hide who you truly are. Be yourself. Okay, because you're going to be helping others in this situation, and you need to be your true authentic self. Okay, and then you got the mountain of mastery because you're ascending, self-realization. The flip side, peaks are reached. Celebrate your achievements and savor the triumph that you've of your ascension, for you've climbed high and earned your view. Okay, this is it. You've ascended, and this, like I said, could be somebody that's had a raise, and they went up to they did the hard work. They climbed that mountain, and they got their raise. Okay, they stepped into a leadership position. Okay, they got all kinds of ideas that they want to pass through. They're getting downloads and things, maybe how to change a company, maybe how to get it work better, and how to, guide others into this this unity of working better, working easier, not harder. Okay, because you have great ideas. If you're sticking to your true authentic self, and with this connection, this could be a work, this could be a romantic connection, this could be a work connection. They're letting you know you're guided, okay? But just take a little precautions, because there might be a little rough road right in the beginning, okay? Because you're stepping into a new position, new atmosphere, new people, okay? But again, be your true authentic self. Don't be somebody that you're not and fake, because these people will see through that, okay? They will see through that. You've done the work, okay? So be confident in your who you are in this leader position, because you have done the work. You put the pieces together. You've been there a long time. I'm feeling a long time, and you know the ins and outs, and you have these ideas that you want to change. Okay, you want to, like I said, but take precautions. Don't go in there too hot and heavy. Okay, with that passion. Okay, because people for one get threatened. Oh my gosh, who's this person coming in and changing all these things? So just go in with your true authentic self. Be true to yourself and true to everybody else. Okay, and just take precautions, because all this what you're doing is all for the highest good. It's going to be for everybody. Okay, but you might have, like I said, a little bit of a rough road in the beginning, because these people that you are going to be interlinking with or working with, okay, are on I think a little bit different mindset. Okay, that's why they want your discernment to be on point. Okay, where did I see the discernment? It was over here. Because they just, you have to, when you're in a new position and you're in with new people, you need to read them. Okay, read the people, read the room. Okay, and kind of just, take precautions. That's what you got. Take precautions. Okay, so just read the room. Okay, be your true self. Go into this leadership role with confidence, because you know what you're doing. Okay, you have all the pieces, all the keys to it, and you have ideas that are going to turn this idea or this company into a new mindset. Okay, and it's going to be good for the highest good. It's going to be good for the company. It's going to be good for you. Okay, but just again, be your authentic self. But again, read the room, because people, they get a little bit perturbed, I don't know, that word. When people come in with all, new people, new ideas, they get that side eye, So just have precautions. And like I said, read the room. If you feel it, your discernment needs to be on point. That's what they said. Your discernment, okay? Because you have to have that. In this leadership role, you need to have that, okay? Because for one, you need to feel if people are getting you. You need to feel if people aren't getting you. You need to feel the energy around you before you jump into something with all your passion and all your heart, because they're just going to go, whoa, hold on a second. Who do you think you are? That's how people get. So it's letting you know. Just take precautions, okay? It's going to be a little bit of a bumpy road, but you got this. Like I said, this position, this leadership role, this connection that you're going to have with these new people, just your discernment needs to be on point, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get a message from Spirit. Let's see what Spirit needs to say today, okay? Because sometimes, people have that little green-eyed, and they don't like change, and they don't like people coming in, and that's why they're just letting you. And I think this is somebody I'm speaking to somebody a little bit younger that might not have that yet, working into this leadership role. I think you're a little bit younger than most of the people you're coming in, so you're going to get a lot of, you're going to get a rough road. But you've put in your time, so don't feel that you don't deserve it, because you do deserve it. Okay, you've mastered it, and actually you probably mastered it more than anybody there. Okay, because you've ascended. Your self-discovery is so on point, and your discernment's there, your inner vision's there, your intuition's there. Okay, your angelic protection is working overtime. Okay, they want you to have discernment, they want you to have inner vision, they want you to have all these keys, everything put together in these pieces, because they know. Okay, they know you're gonna have to have a little bit of a rough road, but that's okay. You can handle it. Okay, you can handle it. So if this is getting to somebody out there, that's a little bit younger, on the younger side, just know your truth, know your worth. You put in the time, even though you're a little younger than most, you put in the time. So it's not like you haven't, okay? You just got through a little bit faster than most. Okay. And that has to do with your work, you work in the light. So, you jump levels when you're working for God. Okay. When you're on his payroll, you go up that leadership role a little bit faster. Okay. And I think that's what happened. And like I said, you might have a little bit of contention with some other people because they're a little bit older than you. Like I said, stand your ground. You've done this. Okay. You got this. So make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. You need to know your worth even when others don't. You're not what people think of you. That's what I said. You're going to come into this and people are going to have already a preconception of who you are. Okay. And, that's why you just need to go in there with your true self. Don't go in there with any, I'm this, I'm that, I'm going to do this and change everything. No, just be cool. Okay. Just be cool. Okay. Don't start seeing yourself the way they see you. Okay. Because you've already you've already on a different level. It's just what it is. You can't sugarcoat it. You're on a different level. Okay. So as you're on a different level, they'll feel that. Okay. That's why you got this. Okay. So just know, don't bow, your value is worth more. So don't go down to their level. Okay. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a rough road for you. Okay. But you're gonna hang in there and get it. But the angels are just letting you know this is what's going to happen, and be prepared. Okay. Be prepared. Okay. Take precautions. That's why you got precautions today. Okay. But you've mastered everything. So don't feel that you haven't. Okay. You deserve it. You totally deserve it. You're worthy of it. And like I said, you're igniting your ambition, your flames of passion are whew, up here. So find ways to fill your cup, be self-full, follow your heart, and always trust your intuition. Go deep within, find your triggers, and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. Okay. Wow. So your intuition, like I said, it needs to be on point, like I said, which your angels are letting you know they are. Okay. And again, find ways to fill your cup so that you're full. Okay. With all this that's going on, and learning and trying to climb that ladder and get all these pieces together, and you're transforming, and you've been working hard climbing that mountain. Don't forget to take care of yourself and rest and find things that fill your cup, that fill you. Okay. Because you're going to be filling everybody else's cup, guiding others, showing them how to get better and do better for their lives. But you're going to also have to do that for yourself so that you can show them how to do it, but be on first hand to know the benefits, the results, why it works, how it works. Okay. So you have to be the one that does it yourself too. Don't forget that. Okay. Don't forget that. All right. Let's get some spirit advice today. Definitely don't forget that. Okay. Spirit, what kind of advice do we have for this person that's leveling up to leadership position? Did the work. Okay. And like I said, don't put yourself down to anybody else's level. Okay. Because like I said, I feel that you're a little bit younger, and they're going to have a hard time with that. But you stand your ground. Okay. All right, what messages? What advice do we have, angels? Great angels. What do we got? Okay. What did we get today? Be kind to yourself and others. Compassion, empathy, love, and kindness. Kill them with kindness. Okay. Just be cool. Like I said, just be cool. Don't trip on anybody's weirdness. Don't on their little gossiping and their little woo woos. Just just be cool and be nice. Just be cool. Have compassion for them. Have compassion for yourself. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself too. Okay. Know that these people that you're going into are just just on a different level. Okay. Not that you're better or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you've done the work and don't feel that you're not worthy of this position. Okay. Because you are. You've done the work, done more than probably they have done. And because I feel you've climbed this mountain, and it's taken you a while. Okay. And you've put in the time, you've put in the effort, and you put these pieces together. You've done the work. Okay. You know that if you're stepping into this position, that you have ideas that are going to work, and they're going to change it for the highest good. Okay. That's what this is coming into. Okay. And you're protected. You're guided, okay? But they want you to just like, don't step in, all just, this is what I'm going to do. Just, kill them with kindness. Okay? Kill them with kindness. And once they see that, you're your authentic self, you're pure, you have compassion, you have empathy into this leadership role, that's what they want. They want somebody that can understand them, see them for a person, okay? See their heart. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to change this whole dynamic, okay? Because you're going to see people differently in this leadership role that nobody has done before, okay? And it's going to change, like I said, it's going to change the dynamic of this company. It's going to change the dynamic of whatever you're working on, and it's going to be for the highest good. So if like I said, I don't know what company it is or whatever you're working for, but I believe it's a company, and you have a vision and you're going to change it, but you're going to change it for the better. You're going to change it for love and compassion and honesty and true authentication. But anyway, people are going to be real. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, huh? Why don't we do it like that? Right? Yeah. And they're going to get it, okay? Because that's the way everybody should be doing things, okay? And I feel that. I feel that it's going to go that way. But like I said, just don't rush in and change it. But once they see your heart and they see how you're going to start running things and changing, and when people come to you, they're actually going to be heard and be seen as, a person, not just a number, or not just, somebody that is just, not accountable, not worthy of anything. Okay. You're going to give them that voice. You're going to give them that piece of the puzzle that's been missing in this whole company, in this leadership role. That's why God's bringing you there. Okay. That's why he's bringing you there, because you're going to change it for the highest good, and it's going to be for everybody, for the better. Okay. Like I said, this is for you to be your authentic self. Don't change who you are for anybody. Okay. And once they see that, they're going to know your true heart. They're going to see this person's real. Okay. This person's not a BSer. This person is, it's the real deal. It has the kindness, compassion. And see, like I said, you have a little bit more of insight. You have your intuition going, your downloads happening. You're transforming. You're going to transform this company. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let's do one more for spirit advice. I'm really feeling this fire. Okay. I'm really feeling your passion of changing, of what's going to happen. Okay, let's do one more. Trust in the power of love, unconditional love, connection, and oneness. Okay? Because that's what leads you. Is love. Love leads your heart. I see that. And you have this heart, and you wear it on your sleeve. Okay? That's why you're going to transform this place for the higher good. Wow. Okay, let's get a angel whisper real quick. See what the angels are whispering. This leadership role. What do we need to hear, angels? What do we need to hear? Not hearing. Please whisper to us, angels. Okay. Untamed spirit, your wildness is sacred. Move boldly with the grace of something that cannot be broken. Untamed spirit. That's again why you need to control this passion a little bit, pull in the reins a little bit. Okay? They're just letting you know to go in with a little bit of subtleness, a little bit of, again, compassion for everybody there. Put yourself in their shoes, okay? And your spirit is so on fire right now. And this spirit that you have inside you is not going to be broken. That's why God gave you this leadership role. Okay? Because you have an untamed spirit that's going to change everything for the highest good. Wow. Amazing. All right, let's do another whisper for the angels. Wow. I think I'm seeing God strategically put people in positions lately that are changing the way people see things, the way they work, the way they are doing things. It's just amazing. God's amazing. Just amazing. Okay, courage to evolve. Release what once kept you small. Transformation begins where fear ends. Okay. Courage to evolve because you're transforming and you have another transformation. Like I said, you've elevated, but you've gone up. And there's no way but more up. Okay. Amazing. So you have that courage to evolve. Your fear is dissolving, okay? It might come back a little bit, like I said, when you step into this place. But remember your courage, okay? Remember your worth. You have an untamed spirit that's going to fly, okay? So just know that go in there with the precautions. Hold the reins back a little, okay? Because I know your passion and your vision is phenomenal. And, fill your cup up too. Don't get too thrown into all this. You need to fill up your heart, be good to yourself so that your light shines like you want others to shine. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a spirit animal. It's following you through this journey to this leadership role. What spirit animal will be with you during this leadership role? The nightingale spirit. Love is all around you. Oh. Got love. Trust in the power of love. Unconditional love. Oneness. And you have the nightingale as love is all around you. 41 to 5. Change. Okay. So you're changing, honey. You're definitely going to do this. Okay? You're definitely going to do this. Okay, let's go ahead and close this out with an angel, guardian angel. Okay? So you did it, baby. You got it. You got this leadership role. You worked hard to get it. You put the pieces together. You know more than most about the situation. Go in with precautions. Okay? Don't go in there with, you're on fire. Okay? Because people will get, like I said, just a little bit weird. So I know you have visions and all that's going to come into play. Okay? It'll all come into play. You just got to pull that untamed spirit back a little bit. Just pull back the reins. Okay? Because you've done this. Okay? And this connection, like I said, you're making these people they're going to be a little bit different, and you're going to be younger than them. And you're going to have to prove your worth and all that good stuff, but you will. Okay? You will. Your heart, your authentic self, okay? When you're kind and you have compassion for the other people, they'll see that. Okay? And your heart will show. And they'll go, "Oh, okay, he or she's a good person." Okay? And you're here for everybody. You're not just here for yourself. When people feel that way, they feel that they're just, these people are in for themselves and they're just going to come in and change everything. We're all getting fired. It's all that energy, that negative blah. You go in there with your heart just open with love and compassion, and that's what you'll get back. Okay? That's what you'll get back. Okay, guardian angels. What do we need to hear today to close out this reading? Manifestation. Believe in yourself. Trust your instincts and follow your heart. For in doing so, you shall manifest all of your heart's desires. The life you have longed for, aspired to, create will soon manifest. Okay. So believe in yourself, honey. Believe in yourself, babe. You got this. You wouldn't have got this leadership role if they didn't, okay? Okay. So you've manifested this. This is it. You've done it. You climbed that mountain. Okay. You've done all the put all the pieces together. You're getting intuition and downloads, how to make it all better, how to put it all together, how to work. Your courage is evolving. Your fear is ending. Love is all around you. Trust in the power of love and kindness and compassion for everybody else. But again, take precautions. Don't go in there too, crazy and say, I'm going to do all this and change this. Okay. This connection, is going to be a good connection. But again, use your discernment. Your discernment has to be on point. Okay. Because that's kind of how you read people. Okay. And how you're going to read the room. And if people aren't feeling it, you're going to have to feel that. If you're saying something and people aren't getting it, you're going to have to read the room and change how you are putting it out there so they can understand it. Okay. Like I said, this is a different group of people. Okay. These people don't have that kind of enlightenment, but you're working on it, and that's where it's going to happen. Okay. That's where it's all going to come into play. They're going to see it on you, and you're going to transform all of them. And as it's working through this business or this corporation or however this is, this connection, okay, it's going to change everything else for the highest good. So whatever you're going to do is going to do good, okay? Like I said, you're just going to have to go in with a little bit of precaution, a little bit of tippy-toe, and read the room, figure out how they are, and then you've got it, okay? So don't worry. Okay, know your worth. You're not a kid that doesn't know what they're doing. Okay, and that's kind of be the vibe that they're gonna get. But once you open your mouth and you start doing this leadership role and you stepping into your power and your position, they're gonna see it and they're gonna feel it. Okay, and the courage to evolve is going to be with everybody, because everybody's going to change. Everybody's going to evolve. Everybody's going to turn into this. Oh. Yeah, that is better. Yeah, that makes me feel better, and that'll make you feel better, and it's going to make the whole place better. Okay? So, wow. You have this inner vision, and it's going to come true. Okay? This inner vision that you're working on, that you've manifested all of this in this life that you're going to make with this leadership role. You've manifested it, and it's going to come to fruition. Okay? Wow. All my love to you. Okay? All my prayers to you to have this going, because you're going to change. And as you're changing, guess what? You can change another place or another mind or another company. And if we can get more people to change and go into the light, wow. And to me, I feel this is a company. This is what I feel, this is a company. And this company is changing, and they're going more towards alternative ways of dealing with their employees, and how to listen to them, how to hear them, how to feel them, and get better production from them. But you won't unless you listen to them. They're not just, commodities that you're throwing in and out of, your payroll, okay? Because you are actually on God's payroll, okay? You're going to be opening these lights. You're going to open these people's hearts to a different way of looking at things, different way of viewing things. And your love, that's where it all stems from, is love. You have love all over. You have the power of love. You have the The love is all around you card. And I just feel that that's in your heart and you know it. And that's what's going to change this place. So, wow. More power to you. All my power and prayer and energy that it goes good. Hang in there, okay? You're going to get a little rough road, but you got this. Don't stress on it. You got it, okay? Just know that you'll have that. If you go in with that, you're like, okay, that's what's going to happen. But I got it. We'll get through it, okay? So, wow. All my luck to you, okay? All my love and energy sending your way, because we do this for the highest good. That's for everybody, okay? So, again, thank you so much. Thank you, angels, for this beautiful message. Thank you for whoever this person is out there doing God's work. It's on God's payroll. So thank you, and thank you, because you're changing. You're changing the way people are going to be doing things, and businesses are going to be doing things, and they're going more towards listening and opening up people's hearts. And when you do that, you have better atmosphere of your people. Okay, you have love and connection, and if you can't go wrong with that, you can't go wrong. So, all right, guys, love and light. I will see you next time. Thank you so much again for taking time out to listen to this message. I hope it resonates with somebody. Leave a message in the comments if it does. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know where this is going, and if it's working. I would love to know. So thank you again. Leave it in the comments. And again, until next time, love and light.